of shoes do you make with banana skins? Slippers.
Hi, I'm Fritz, and that adorable little kid is me. Or rather, was me, many years ago. Now I know what you're thinking, and you're right. I was a funny Unfortunately, jokes that are funny when you're 7 don't exactly produce the same reactions when you're 22.
Hey Mom,
Yeah, Fritz?
why did the golfer bring an extra pair of pants?
I don't know why.
In case he got a hole-in-one.
Where'd you get that one? A popsicle stick?
Mom, please. No, I didn't get that off a popsicle stick.
A Laffy Taffy wrapper?
Yep.
Good one.
Looking back, I should have known she didn't actually think my jokes were funny and was just being polite. This has been going on for so long that I didn't think anything of it. I just thought that was how she reacted to humor. I learned the truth a few days later, though, when I told a joke to my friend Jay, and he had finally had enough.
Hey Jay,
Yeah, Fritz?
why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know why.
To get some exercise. Get it? Like exercise, but with emphasis on the egg sound, because it's a chicken. The chickens lay eggs.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think you do, Jay, or else you'd be laughing. Because that's what you do when you hear a hilarious joke, such as the one I just presented you with.
Damn it, Fritz, I can't take it anymore. You've been telling the same stupid jokes for the past 15 years, and they're just not funny.
I disagree, as would many others.
And such as whom?
Such as you.
How so? I just told you they're not funny.
Exactly. You just told me they're not funny. But in the past, you've said otherwise. Remember when I told you my joke about the bear who greets people in his sleep? The hibernating bear? Said it was so funny you almost peed yourself.
Yeah, I said that when I was 7. You know what I say now that I'm 22? Your jokes are retarded.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, your jokes are mentally challenged.
My mom likes them.
Oh, why do you say that? Because she says, "Oh, ha, good one, Fritz," in an obviously insincere monotone voice?
Well, yeah.
She's just being polite, Corky.
My mom wouldn't do that to me.
Oh, really? Why don't you go ask her then?
Well, maybe I will.
All right then.
Well, okay, I'll go. I'm going.
Please do.
Well, okay, I'll get. With that settled, I guess the only thing left to do is go, huh?
Let's go.
Okay, let's.
Do it.
Let's
go.
do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Okay.
Whoa,
All right.
good, we're going.
Yeah,
we're going.
right
Don't
now.
think I won't go.
Here we go.
I will go.
Okay.
I will stand up right now and go.
We're going. We're out.
I'm like Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. I'm going.
My foot's forward. It's already in motion. We're going. Let's get out of here.
Okay, then let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, Fritz?
I have a question to ask you. You have to promise to answer me honestly, okay?
Okay.
Do you think my jokes are funny?
Well, no.
Then why do you tell me they are?
Because I didn't want to hurt your feelings, sweetie.
Well, thanks a lot, Judy. Because you decided to humor me and trick me into thinking I'm funny. I've been making an of myself for the past 15 years.
It's okay, Mrs. Fitzgerald. It needed to be said.
I was devastated. My whole world had just been turned upside down. All my life, my main goal had been to tell jokes and make people laugh. That's what I did, and I thought I was good at it. But then I suddenly found out that I was actually quite terrible. It was like going downstairs in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve to get a glass of water, and then seeing your dad putting gifts under the tree. And then having him tell you that you're a comedian.
How's it going, buddy?
Congratulations, Jay. I'm a bad joke teller.
Hey, you're not a bad joke teller. You're just a teller of bad jokes.
Thanks. That makes me feel so much better. You're a great guy.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is, you obviously have great alacrity for telling jokes. You enjoy doing it, and you present them well. But you can't keep letting Bazooka Joe be your writer. You need new material, stuff that's original, mature, and intelligent.
So, I took Jay's advice and worked on more age-appropriate jokes, but it was tough. I'd never written my own jokes before. It was like I was Dane Cook, and suddenly I had to be, well, any other comedian.
Hey, Mom, what did the Nazi say when he got pepper in his nose?
I don't know, what?
Jew. Get it? Like an anti-Semitic sneeze.
Okay, so my initial attempt at mature, original material was unsuccessful. I didn't let it get me down for long, though. It's like the old saying goes. When you get thrown off the horse, you need to stand right back up, send that horse to the glue factory, and get a new horse that'll hopefully work out better. Needless to say, I kept at it.
Hey, Jay. Knock knock. Who's there? Your mom.
My mom who?
Your mom, the hot piece of ass that I last night.
That's not funny, you
Yeah, it is. You just don't think so because you're too close to the subject matter.
Okay, so shortly after this, I realized that, although it's definitely funny to talk about a friend's mom, it wouldn't work out well in front of audiences of strangers, which is who I hope to someday perform in front of. I noticed that, although my new jokes were racier than my old, they were still based upon the same formula as those I found on Bomber Pops. In the aftermath of this revelation, I was able to correct the problem and begin to progress into writing more respectable forms of material. I began carrying a notepad and pen around with me in my back pocket because I never knew where inspiration would strike. What I did know, though, was that when it did strike, I had to drop whatever I was doing and write down my idea. It could happen while I was eating. It could happen while I was playing my paddleball game. It could happen while I was meeting my dog. Why, it could even happen while I was writing another joke. Ah, the wonders of inspiration. I realized that I needed to do more than just carry a notepad around in my back pocket, though, if I wanted to prepare myself to realistically get up in front of an audience and do well. I needed to observe other comedians. Now, I had seen successful comedians doing stand-up on TV before, but I needed to watch comedians who were more on the level that I was at. I needed to see amateurs, inexperienced funny men, or funny women. No, just kidding. Funny men who were just getting their feet wet in the vast ocean of stand-up comedy. Guys who were just slightly above where I would be. So, with Jay by my side, I went to a show at a local comedy club.
How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Yeah, you guys look wasted. Good. Because I'm a big fan of the weed. Yeah, I love smoking weed. Oh, I know. It's illegal. Don't tell the cops. You gotta tell the cops. Of course not. Cool. This guy. Not sure about this guy though. But anyways, yeah, I smoke weed. It makes me feel relaxed, slow. I feel like I'm a moving robot, you know? Yeah, hello, I'm Stoner Buck. THC 2000 have the munchies like a mofo. Yep. Yeah, I love it. It's such a great feeling, you know? Weed. It also makes me kind of horny, though. That's not fun. Because sitting in my house playing Xbox and eating Doritos isn't exactly a hot spot for finding chicks. So, to make a long story short, the Xbox. Just kidding. Seriously though, the shit out of it. Alright, thanks. I'm Dick Hat. Good night.
Wait, was that supposed to be funny?
There were other comedians who performed that night who were surprisingly even worse than Mr. Hack, but he was the one who really stood out in my mind. I thought that if someone so stupid and unfunny could be well received, the routine I had brewing would surely kill. Some might say this was arrogant of me to think, but I see it as confidence, which is essential if you're going to get on stage and put yourself out there. The next day I decided I was finally ready to perform in front of an audience, so I looked online for local open mic nights. The first place I checked was booked for the next 4 months.
Okay. Thanks anyways.
The second place was porn. But finally, after the grueling task of going to 2 other websites, I found a club with available spots.
You do? My name is Fritz Fitzgerald, and my phone number is Klondike52103. The 23rd? Perfect! Thank you, sir. I'll see you then.
My comedic debut was now all in order. 3 weeks from Tuesday, I would be getting up on stage, grabbing a microphone, glaring into a hot, bright spotlight, and praying that I get at least a few laughs. I knew I would have to be very prepared if I wanted it to go well, so I began getting ready immediately. First, I memorized all my jokes. Then I practiced in front of a mirror.
What's the deal with that airline food?
Then I worked on my appearance. And finally, I worked on my endurance so I wouldn't get winded on stage.
This. Stand-up comedy, not grown up a bunch of steps comedy.
The preparation wasn't always easy or exciting, but I did what I had to do. As the days passed, I became more and more confident. Then it finally arrived, the big day. I was both nervous and excited, anxious yet terrified. To be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea how I was relaxed enough not to myself. But somehow, shortly after Jay arrived, I was cooler than cool. I was ice cold.
Fritz. Hey, Fritzy. You ready to go?
Oh, hey man. I didn't hear you come in. What's going on?
I just asked if you're ready to go. Are you okay?
I don't think I can do this, Jay.
What do you mean you can't do it?
I mean, I can't do it. I'm too nervous. I feel like I'm gonna vomit.
Well, get over it. You've been preparing for weeks, you've got a good routine planned out, and you're gonna kill.
What if I don't?
You will.
What if I don't? I just can't do it.
I figured this would happen. Same thing happened to Big Hank on his wedding day. But you know what? He got through it, and you will too.
But how?
With a little help from your friends. Your good friend Jay, your good friend Jack. Now drink up, buddy. We've got a show to get you to.
Thanks, Jay. You're a good friend.
No time for sappy dialogue.
Jay, you just made me drink 8 ounces of Jack.
You're welcome.
I wasn't thanking you.
Are you nervous anymore?
Well, no. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Now let's go.
Oh yeah, now I remember how I became so relaxed. There comes a time in every man's life when he's faced with the challenge of great difficulty. The weak ones will be filtered out, but the strong will find a way to rise up to the challenge. Like great men before me, Men like FDR and Abraham Lincoln. When faced with that challenge, I got drunk on whiskey and faced it like a man.
So I work at a local grocery/drugstore, and sometimes when I'm working there, people will come up to me and ask me questions that I have no reason to know the answer to, and they get mad at me for it. Like the other day, this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Excuse me, can you tell me what the difference is between these two types of aspirin?" And I just looked at him and I said, No, I can't. And he goes, "Well, why not? You work here, don't you?" As if the two were somehow connected. And I just looked at him and I said, "You're right. I do work here, and therefore I should know the answer to that question. When they hired me when I was 16 years old to work part-time for minimum wage, they should have required me to take some pharmaceutical classes beforehand, so I would know the difference between these two kinds of aspirin." And he just looked at me and he said, "That's alright, don't beat yourself up. At least you admit you're wrong."
I opened the show that night. I'd like to say it went well, but as you can see, it really didn't. I performed again a few weeks later. This time I went on last. I was a hit. This made me realize something. People watch comedians as audience members and only remember the performances that are good. Comedians perform and only remember the bad. I don't remember much about my second performance, but I can tell you every detail about the first. What the people were wearing, how many glasses were on each table, everything. That's because a good performance is nice for a moment, but then you have to move on and prepare for the next one. The bad ones, however, those are haunting, which is a good thing in a sense. It's the only way you learn. Fortunately, you'll have lots of learning experiences, because for every good performance you have, you'll bomb 3 other times. I also realized that it's better to go on last than it is to go first, because this will give people a chance to have some drinks, and when they have drinks inside of them, they'll think you're funnier than when they don't. And last, I realized that being a stand-up comedian is tough. It's like trying to ask 150 girls on a date all at once. You have to be funny and charming so they'll hopefully like you, and do this while knowing there's a good possibility that you'll be brutally rejected. It's tough, but hey, I just bombed 3 times in a row. I can't wait till my next performance. I've come a long way from why did the golfer bring an extra pair of pants?